What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, please like the video, sub to the channel for all of your Lakers and NBA talk. And you know what? I think I just need a second to just catch my breath, because last night's game was just one of those high intensity, high stress games that a lot of us Laker fans haven't felt in quite a while. I mean, over the past 10 to 15 years, it's been a lot of emotionless watching of NBA basketball into May, but here we are. The Lakers are up 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors, the defending champs, winning Game 4 last night by a final score of 104-101. And yeah, I think this game is going to appropriately go down as the Lonnie Walker game. Now, I do feel a bit vindicated watching that performance last night, because I've been saying this for weeks, maybe even months. Lonnie Walker needs to play for this team. I just never understood why he was left out of the rotation, why he wasn't getting many minutes. I felt like he did really well as a starter for the team early in the season. And yes, the spot got taken by Austin Reeves, and that's, you know, probably justifiably so, but there was no reason for him to be completely out of the rotation. That was always a head scratcher for me. So to see him come into this series, especially last night in the fourth quarter, and put on that performance, 15 points in the fourth quarter, the first Laker bench player to score 15 in the fourth in a playoff game since Kobe did it 26 years ago to that day. You know, I felt very happy for Lonnie. I felt very vindicated in my opinion that he should be a rotation player for this team. And I think moving forward, if the Lakers are to advance beyond this round, I think we see our 8-man rotation now, right? With the starting 5 and with Dennis, Rui, and Lonnie off the bench. I think that should be set in stone moving forward. Got to feel really happy for Lonnie as well. I mean, a mark of a true professional, right? Staying ready. I know this is kind of cliche nowadays, but he really lived up to that. And I mean, we saw his capability on full display, right? A 3-level scorer. He hit a 3. He had a couple of huge mid-range jumpers. He finished at the rim. And that's what all of us Laker fans knew he was capable of doing. And, you know, he really saved the day for a Lakers team that looked, you know, AD putting in heavy minutes, LeBron putting in heavy minutes. They looked pretty tired and gassed towards the end there. And we needed the youthful energy of Lonnie Walker to really, you know, put that one over the line. And now the Lakers are up 3-1. I see a lot, you know, I listen to a lot of the pundits on TV since then, you know, the Inside the NBA guys, people on ESPN, and I've never seen a team down 3-1 get as much respect as this Warriors team, and I think it's very appropriately so. Most people are saying the series is still not over yet. I'm in full agreement with that. These are 4-time champs, the Golden State Warriors, and in order to beat the champs, you need to knock them out. All right, they're not just going to roll over and die at this point like say a Memphis team would, you know, in that first round series against the Grizzlies. I thought after game 2, I felt very confident that the Lakers are going to win the series. At no point in this series do I feel like it's over yet. You know, I do like our chances now being up 3-1, but by no means is this series over. This is a Golden State Warriors team that has seen it all, won 4 championships together. They've been down 3-1 and overcome that. So, you know, they're the reigning champs for a reason. They've been the best team in the NBA over the last decade for a reason. And you got to knock them out. So it's not going to be an easy feat by any means. Like after game 1, I fully expect the Warriors to win the next game. That's just how it goes in the NBA, right? I think they will respond going back home to Chase Center. I think their role players are going to play better. I mean, Jordan Poole might even hit a 3-pointer in the next game. No, just kidding. He'll probably score buckets. Clay will be much better at home. I'm sure of it. The law of averages, you know, point in that direction. I think most of their role players will play better. You know, you'll have DiVincenzo, who I thought did well last night. I think he'll be more impactful. JaMychal Green may even hit a couple of shots at home. So I fully expect the Warriors to be much better in game 5 than they were last night. And a lot of people are talking about, you know, their lack of execution down the stretch, and that's kind of what I want to, you know, get to the majority of this video here is just the rest of the season, the rest of the series rather. How what the Lakers need to do for them to get over the line and win this series against the Golden State Warriors. I'm looking at two players here, right? These are the benchmarks for each of their respective teams, right? You have Anthony Davis and Steph Curry, right? If either one of these guys have a bad game, their team is going to lose. It's that simple. It's been well documented, Anthony Davis's up and down performances. His down performances have led to Laker losses. His good performances have led to Laker wins. There's no surprise there. Same goes with Steph Curry. The amount of weight on his shoulders to carry this team goes without saying, that if he has a poor game, the Warriors are not going to win. And he had, he did all he could in this last game, triple double, I think 31 points, 14 assists, 10 rebounds, something like that. Just, this is my first actual taste of the Steph Curry experience in the playoffs from the standpoint of him going against my team. I've seen Steph, obviously, throughout the years put up amazing playoff performances, but I've always been a neutral in those games. I've always seen it from a non-biased, emotionless perspective. But for him to go up against the Lakers and just his full of array of skills, on display, I give it up. Full credit to him. He's a basketball legend, one of the greatest we've ever seen, and it is a hell of a challenge, let me tell you, going up against Steph Curry in the playoffs. But yeah, if Steph has a poor game, the Warriors are not going to win. And I think that is the key for the Lakers if they want to finish off the Warriors. It's not necessarily how they're going to defend Steph Curry, because we've seen it all, right? Darvin Ham has thrown every look at Steph Curry, whether it's Jared Vanderbilt one-on-one, whether it's putting Austin Reeves and then, having Vando there on the switch, or whether it's blitzing him as soon as he touches the ball across the half-court line. They've thrown multiple looks at Steph Curry. He's been able to, get his points in any scenario, and it's going to be about, just having him work for his buckets. And that right there is what I want to touch on. I think the key for the Lakers to finish the series off is how you attack Steph Curry on offense, attack him, make him defend, right? Lonnie Walker had that big fourth quarter, 15 points, and that's going to be the focus for the next day up until Game 5. But what I found really interesting, and what I thought really was one of the keys for the Lakers winning Game 4, was how they attacked Steph Curry on defense. You saw Lonnie Walker. He was getting buckets on Steph, right? I think 3 big mid-range jumpers in Steph's face. You also had LeBron James seeking out Steph Curry and posting him up, and that led to a lot of good action for the Lakers. And putting Steph under this level of duress on defense, I gotta think that it contributed to him settling for those 2 step-back jumpers in that crucial possession when Anthony Davis was guarding him, right? He had 2 opportunities to score, and we all know how good Steph Curry is attacking the basket. He's one of the best below-the-rim finishers the league has ever seen. Throughout the game, earlier on when the bodies were fresher, he was, doing more going towards the basket. And I gotta think that because they put so much pressure on Steph to defend in that fourth quarter, it might have just got him tired enough to the point where he was settling for those 2 step-back jumpers. Now, I'm not gonna fault Steph for those shots, right? We said it in Game 1 when Jordan Poole shot that 30-foot 3 with like 10 seconds to go in the game. I said it was a very bad decision on his part, because mostly you got to give it in Steph. You got to put the ball in Steph's hands in that moment. And the ball was in Steph's hands here in Game 4 in that possession. So I'm not really going to fault the Warriors or Steph for, settling for those jumpers. The first step back mid-range jumper was a really good look. Fortunately for the Lakers, it went in and out. The second one, though, it's a step back 30-footer, but it's Steph Curry, right? So like you're gonna live with that if you're the Warriors. But I think because we made Steph work so much on defense in that fourth quarter, maybe he just didn't have enough legs to drive to the basket on Anthony Davis. So I think that's going to be the key for the Lakers to finish this off. You got to make Steph work on defense, okay? Because we know how much he's working on the offensive end. If you can take some of his energy away by making him defend and putting him under pressure on that end of the court, that might be enough to have Steph not go full nuclear on us, you know, the rest of the way here. So that's really what I'm gonna look for. I do have to shout out Darvin Ham. I've been very critical of him, right? If you've seen my videos over the past few weeks, I've questioned him as a head coach. He's a rookie head coach, right? I don't know what we're getting out of him, honestly. Like, throughout the course of the regular season, I've seen inconsistent performances when it comes to energy levels, when it comes to focus. So I've questioned Darvin Ham a lot, but in this series, we've seen the chess match between Steve Kerr and Darvin Ham. Steve Kerr's reputation goes without saying, right? A Hall of Fame head coach, going to go down as one of the greatest head coaches in the history of the game. We've seen all the adjustments that have been made, and I think, you know, for Darvin Ham, you got to give him credit, right? You got to give him credit for kind of responding to all of the different chess moves, right? In this game, the Warriors started Gary Payton, right? Because they wanted Anthony Davis to come out to the perimeter and have to defend pick and roll and take him away from the basket. I think we saw a lot more AD on Wiggins, right? And towards the end of the game there, and so he was less involved in pick and roll actions. Yes, I think the Warriors' sloppy play on offense, you know, contributed to AD not being out on the perimeter as much, but, you know, hopefully that's another adjustment that Darvin Ham makes moving forward, is finding a way to keep Anthony Davis near the rim as much as possible. So I really think it's going to come down to how the Lakers make Steph work on defense here, if they want to close the series out. But look, hell of a series. We all knew that it was going to be this type of series, right? It's a heavyweight matchup in round 2. You have LeBron James, the 4-time champion, you know, AD, the best defensive player in the playoffs so far. And then you have the Warriors, you know, with their core of 4-time champs and Steph, Clay, and Draymond. It was going to be punch for punch. Both teams have delivered, you know, knockdowns in this series with 2 blowout victories, you know, 1 each. So I think this series is there's still more twists and turns to come. I would love to be wrong and say that the Lakers would just win Game 5 and end this series, but I doubt that. You know, you don't underestimate a heart of a champion like the Warriors. You really have to deliver that knockout punch to beat them, and full respect to them as an organization and as a team. But yeah, hell of a series. More to come. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think the keys are for the Lakers in order for them to get this over the line? Let me know in the comments below. But that's all I got on this one. Thank you for watching. Please like the video. Sub to the channel for all of your Lakers and NBA talk. Take care, and I will see you soon.